Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see from the title, on today's video, I'm going to be giving you my full review with spoilers of the Bunker game. This is a Shudder original that just released this week, and I completely regret watching it. Now, as always, all my reviews are with spoilers if you don't want them, just to see if this was worth it or not. And on the description box down below, there you're going to find my spoiler-free review because I like to give you guys the two options. So giving the little talk disclaimer ahead, let's get into the video. Just this week, I did a reaction to the trailer of The Stellar. That is an upcoming Shudder original, right? And I said in the video that if the movie was going to Shudder was because it had something good and that Shudder saw something in it, and that was the reason. So probably my way to saying it is that it couldn't be a really bad movie if they're bringing it, right? I talked too soon. I'm not talking about that one, but this one now, the Bunker game. Oh god, if you have read or hear any bad reviews about it, believe them because it's true. I regret watching this. It was 1 hour and 30 minutes of my life that I completely lost. It was a time since I had a hard time having to keep attention to a horror movie. Like I found myself like looking on the phone or maybe distracting myself too much. So of course I had to go back and watching it again. So it was a really tough time. So the official plot of this one is that after several mysterious accidents, a live-action role-playing game is interrupted and the players leave the bunker while the staff remains behind to investigate the disappearance of Greg, the mastermind of the game. Basically, that is giving you all the first 30-40 minutes are them on the game. This is a live-action role-playing. Of course, they are really into their characters. They are hiding on a bunker that was of the Nazis during World War II. And the movie starts giving you the background of the story that they're playing. So basically, on 1944, the Germans won the war. And by the 50s, the US dropped a nuclear bomb on them. So they had to hide, so they made the bunker. Of course, this is not the real story. They never really specify like what was the main purpose of the bunker during World War II, since it's a real one. Only they are changing the story. So we have them, and we have the main characters. That it's Laura. She's having, I would call it an affair with Greg, that is the mastermind of the game. She's pregnant, but she doesn't want to keep the baby once she's out. They never specify how much longer they have on the game or for how long they have been already. They just cut the game, like half of it, just because they have some electricity malfunctions and Greg is missing. So we have the introductions of the other characters that are going to be the staff. Once everyone else leaves, they are the group that are going to be staying. Now, this group felt like they were meeting for the first time, not like the type of persons that have been doing this on a regular basis, because they have said a few times that that they have done this before together. So why the hell I don't feel this type of connection of even friendship? Like, you don't need to be friends, but you need to have like this atmosphere that we know each other, we have done things before together. So I don't know, I definitely felt like they were meeting for the very first time. So if they would have introduced them as if they were meeting for the first time, that would have been great. I would have probably started the movie like an actual explanation of the game and seeing them like before and after, like not just knowing them by their characters on the game. We don't really see them much out of character, just that Laura, she has a blonde wig, and once the game is over she remove it and she has her hair kind of pink or reddish. But from the others, they all kind of stay in costume. So they're trying to look for Greg, but Greg is nowhere to be found. So they want to leave. This is the smart choice, so leave. But the bunker is locked. So they need to go back and find a map so that they can find another way out. Now, Laura has been having some nightmares of a woman, but she doesn't really know much about her, but eventually she encounters her. Since the group needs to separate in order to find Greg and a way out, she found this little house, like simulates a house, and it was supposed to simulate like a restaurant. And she sees the ghost of the woman. Of course, no one believes her, only her cousin that it's for the first time on the game with her. And they all thinking that she's planning this with Greg and that everything is part of the game and nothing is real. They don't believe her that she's pregnant also. But of course, she's not faking it. Now, the woman basically was a singer that was on the bunker. She was pregnant. She was without an officer. But since she was during when Americans attacked, she died. So she couldn't have her baby. So I think you probably understand where this is going. So yes, she wants to have Laura's baby. So basically, she kills everyone else in the group by accidents, we would call it, but of course they're not. Eventually, we found Greg. Greg was missing because he was harmed by Laura's cousin because he felt that he wasn't good for her. So he was being overprotective at some point. And the last one standing is Laura. And basically, the ghost possessed her and she leaves the bunker. Now it's unlocked, but she is dressed and looks like a little bit like the ghost, like the way her hair is put on and the dress that she's wearing. So she leaves, so we can assume that the ghost had her goal completed and she possessed Laura, and that's basically the end. I have never talked so fast about a movie, but seriously, there's nothing else to talk. Like seriously, there's nothing interesting. Like the only thing that probably could have been good is like the lighting and the coloring that they used. That was really good, and the costumes, they look pretty real. I don't know, I think that this movie has such a good potential to be an actual good horror movie because you don't feel like the horror elements until almost 45 minutes or even 1 hour. But that first hour is not even interesting enough. It's not like X that I did that review yesterday when I said the same thing, that the horror elements, they don't come until the first 45 minutes. But those first 45 minutes are really interesting and good, and you don't even notice that has been that much. So you're into the movie. This one's not. Like I said, I had such a hard time trying to keep attention to it. So this one was a no-no. I would never rewatch this again. And if you want to watch it after this, go for it, but don't expect something good. So I will give this movie a 1 out of 5 and a 3 out of 10. That's it, seriously. I don't see myself giving it way higher. Like, seriously, it is not worth it. So I think that this is all. Thank you so much for watching this rant. I wouldn't call it a rant really, but definitely it wasn't a good review. It was fast, but like I said, there's not really much to talk. There's not really much to say. This plot is that simple. Like I don't need to give you details of every single one of the characters because they don't really matter. Like seriously, I didn't even feel sorry about the characters dying because I didn't felt like they weren't relatable or any type of connection that when the character dies, you go, oh my god, he died. No, here's like, oh, died. Next. Like, they don't give you that type of relationship here. So for me, like I said, it's a one-time movie and I will never rewatch it again. I don't want to lose another 1 hour and 30 minutes of my life. But well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you watch it, were you planning on it, you don't have idea about this movie, you don't want to watch it, let me know. And well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching and I'm going to be see you guys on the next one. Bye.